ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Fight the war. Fight the war. Oh, who cares why we're fighting? It's about the might. Let the writers writing settle wrong from right. In the time of conflict, when the bullets fly, in the space of seconds, a life you cannot buy. Face the facts before you, face the simple truth. We're hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war. Welcome, Argonauts, to a Tuesday stream. It is April 3rd, 2018, and it is just about 1:30 p.m. Eastern, and it's about, I think, 9:30. Is that right? No, 10:30 p.m. Pacific. I'm so confused about time zones. I love time zones. Have I mentioned how much I love time zones? By which I mean I don't love them at all. But it's good to see everybody, and I hope everyone is doing well. I am coming to you live from the road with the power of RBox. I will be out here for another 5 days or so. I'm coming back on Saturday, and then I will be home for about a week, and then I'll be flying back out to LA for our vocalist Russ's wedding, and I will be out there for a couple of days, and then we'll be coming back that Sunday, and then I will be home, by God, for a couple of months before I head off to another conference, but I'll be driving to that one. So it's, been an eventful few days traveling out here, but it's okay. I'm fine. I am currently sitting in one of my remote office locations out here near Seattle, which is where I go because my father-in-law's internet is not great. So yeah. But that's okay, because we're here, and we have got some Lone Wolf geared up for you guys. Before I get to that, though, I do want to remind everybody about the ways to support the stream. If you haven't done so already, please check out the shop with !ARV shop, where I have merchandise there. I will be expanding that in the not-too-distant future. Please make sure to check out the Discord with the !ARVcord, where we are always hanging out in between streams. Please check out the Twitter as well with !ARV tweets. You can follow me over on Twitter. You can also also retweet this stream, which would be lovely. Exclamation point CTT if you want to do that. Exclamation point ARV2, I think I mentioned, is where you get to past broadcasts of the stream. And then beyond the shop, you can also financially support the channel with two methods. One is the three. You can also cheer. But beyond that, you can also check out the Patreon, which is exclamation point ARVTreon, currently sitting at $468.96. We are now into April. And so we have a few things that we got that are a little bit different and a few things that we didn't, because we do need to maintain it through the first of the month. But we still get some cool stuff, so that's cool. That gives you some cool stuff that you can get, epic character backgrounds, different stuff for, in fact, one of those character backgrounds I'm going to be trying to fulfill in the next couple of weeks. You can get an epic poem written about you. You can get a copy of one of my band's albums. You can get lots of different stuff. And then exclamation point ARV, I said ARVTreon. Sub, that's the other thing I was looking at, the sub system, which is that button right above the video window. If you hit that video sub button, you will be able to sub to my channel. You can get that awesome Arvany Get Hyped, Arvany hype that you see there, which you can spread far and wide across the Twitches, which would be lovely. And you can also get some inspirations to be able to use in my many tabletop D&D campaigns. Now, I do have a lot of D&D stuff going on this month, but this month is going to be a rough month in terms of scheduling. Part of it is what you just have noticed right now, which is the fact that I am on the road, as I said. I am going to be trying to stream on Friday, but there's no guarantee because this place closes technically before my stream ends. And as I said, my father-in-law's internet is not functional for streaming, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do about that yet. I will see what I can do, but I can't promise about Friday. Saturday, I definitely will not be streaming because I will be traveling. I will be flying. I'll be in the air. So I will not be able to stream on Saturday. Next week, Tuesday should be pretty normal. We have the Adventures of Middle-earth queued up for you, as well as some Divinity Original Sin. And that is going to be the only day that's normal next week, because Friday and Saturday of next week, as I said, I'm going to be in LA at Russ's wedding, unless he wants me to live stream it, which, you know, I mean, Russ is up for a lot of things, but I have a suspicion that's not going to be part of the kind of thing. But anyway, so I'm not going to be able to stream those 2 days either. So what that means is, although I do have my calendar up and running, there is going to be some definite movement here and there. I don't think I'm going to be able to have time for the Chat Chosen Game of the Month. I might, but it's not likely because I'm going to need to be able to fit in other stuff. If the Espergenesis only has one of those sessions, which is possible, we may only get one session in for Espergenesis, then if that happens, then I may have an extra day, and then I might be able to do the Chat Chosen Game of the Month. I definitely won't be able to do D&D with viewers this month because, again, it's just too cramped. There's too much stuff going on, and so I won't be able to do that. But I will be able to get the rest of the stuff in. I think I'll be able to get in at least one, probably two Infinity and Beyond sessions. I'll be able to get my 2 AME sessions. I'll be able to do my usual Pen and Pixel sessions over at GOG. So that'll all be normal, but the rest of it is just bizarro land in terms of scheduling, so I apologize, and you guys are going to have to bear with me for that. But we should be back to normal in May. Yeah, I know, Law, I know. I want to be able to play D&D with viewers. I'll definitely do it next month if I don't do it this month, but it's just too much stuff. That also means, by the way, that Arvanaut Idol is probably going to be pushed to May as well. It's definitely going to be pushed to May. Again, there's just no way to do it in April. Now, fortunately, I did give myself some kind of a buffer on that because I made clear that there was just no way I was going to be able to do that in the very near future. And in fact, I'm not 100% sure that we actually held the money that we needed to get that level. So I'm going to have to double check and see about Arvanaut Idol 3. But even if we do have Arvanaut Idol 3, it's not going to happen until May. In May, though, we will be able to do it. And May is going to be a big month. Not only would we have Arvanaut Idol 3, but we will also have, of course, ArvCon, which will be at the end of the month. And ArvCon 3, ArvCon is going to be a big deal. For the channel, there's going to be a lot of excitement. I hope to get all of my tabletop campaigns plus a special event on that weekend, plus we'll have the concert as usual. So that's going to be all awesome. We will have giveaways. We will have, fun games and everything else. That's one of the most important events that we do every year. So very excited about that. So we will see. Yes, I know. Also push back to May. I'm just full of disappointments today. But anyway, but hopefully, as I say, we'll be able to minimize the effect of that because I do want to get as much as I can for you guys over the next couple of months, but unfortunately other real life concerns do sometimes have to take preference, so that is the deal with that. So I think that's the only thing I need to mention about this. My old stuff on YouTube. Hey, what's up, VA0438? What's going on, man? Good to see you, and I'm glad that you've been watching my YouTube, and welcome. It is nice to be able to have you live as well. So I'm going to be with you guys for the next 2 hours or so today. I love all the Swiffer H's law. I'm going to be with you guys for the next 2 hours today. I'll be closing up shop right around 3:30 Eastern because I've got the pen and pixels to do at the top of the hour, and then I'll do a full show of that over there. I'm sorry that I'm starting a little bit late today, but as I say, this is all. It's, coordinating all of this is not easy when I'm out here. So, but I was able to get here, and I was able to set myself up in this office. And in fact, I'll show you guys where I am right now, so you guys can see the spectacular environs. Now, get ready for this. This is the glamorous life of a streamer, you guys. Okay, you all ready for this? So here we go. Pow. Glamorous life of a streamer right here. I'm sitting in an office. I got a stock painting behind me. Some abstract lines in the back there. It's pretty high quality. Let me tell you what. In fact, I'll show you guys here. Let me take a look at my incredible like layout here. Huh? Yeah, look at that. There's the monitor. There's all of you. There's ARVBox. Just a reminder, I love this thing. This thing does everything. ARVBox does absolutely everything. Everything you see here is coming from this and a power strip down below, and then this portable monitor that I have. Oh, man, ARVBox. So there you go. See, we got some vases. We got some vases up there. We got a mirror. We got a light. We've even got blinds out there. See? So it's very exciting. No, I'm not in a hotel room today. No, I am not in a hotel room today. Do I just say work? Basically. I mean, most of my in-laws know the drill at this point anyway. I've told them that, I told them that I do this streaming thing, and I told them that not only do I do streaming, but that it's part of my promotional work for my writing. That helps, actually. When I tell them that I'm doing promotional work for my writing, usually they're like, oh, okay, because that's legit, right? Listen, it is what it is. Hopefully they respect what I do, but if not, too much. It's good to see you, Genly. It's ARVBox, ARVBOX. So, but ARVBox is doing the work. So, but I am ready. I am set to go, and we have got some Lone Wolf geared up for you guys today. We are up to book 3, guys, Caverns of Kalte. So, if you remember the last time, I will read you guys the story so far. But we did manage to win the last book, which was Flight from the Dark. No, wait, Flight from the Dark was the first book. And then the second book was Fire on the Water, that's right. And we managed to do that, but the evil humpbacked wizard managed to escape us, so we've still got that dude to contend with as we continue to move forward. But there has been some good news on that front, and so we're going to see how it's involved. So let's take a look at it. And there we go. If you hadn't won book 2, you would still be here, but you'd be here in a different guise, Aranth. I would put it that way. You'd be here in a different respect. Let me know also, guys, if the microphone is okay. I'm trying not to shout because even though this is my own office, and I imagine that they're okay with having general, like, phone conversation volume, I don't want to be like, because, there are other people in this setup. So, but, let's see. You'd be Lone Wolf Jr., exactly. You'd be Lone Wolf the Second. That's exactly right. Okay, so let's pull up what we've got here, and let's do it up. Okay, you guys should be able to see that pretty clearly, I think. So here we go. Here is what we've got. Title page. Oh, wait, we need music first. Sorry about that. I almost forgot. We need music. All right, let's get some music going. So give me some, what would you guys like in terms of, I need a video game soundtrack. Give me a video game music soundtrack. I reserve the right to change it if I don't think it's appropriate. But give me a video game music soundtrack for Lone Wolf, a fantasy, maybe slightly Asiatic themed, although not really necessarily, place. We're warrior monks, So what do we got? Give me an OST. Yeah, the soundtrack. No. Also try to give me a soundtrack that lasts longer than a half hour. That would be nice. Besides the soundtrack, what else do we have? I mean, I can, pull stuff if I need to. That would be completely fine. Why is my host thing not popping up? I don't know why my host notification thing isn't popping up. Anyway, so yeah, any other soundtrack ideas? If not, then I will give you my soundtrack, whatever soundtrack I come up with. Let me see, what's a good one? Let's go with... Icewind Dale soundtrack. For Honor OST. Okay, I'll buy that.
Mastering is a pain.
Just give me a second while we get through the stupid commercial. Right, okay. All right, that sounds promising. Let me know if that's too loud. Too loud? Or is that okay? How is that music? Let me jump forward for a minute. Okay, this is good. How loud? Is that too loud? How's that? What's up, Trent? How you doing, man? How's that? Is that better? Better? Good, bad, and different? Oh man, wait a second. No, it just stopped. Okay, how's that? Give me a read, guys. Good, bad, and different. How's that? Okay, good, bad. Drop it another 25%. I could seriously barely hear it now. How's that? Is that good? Lovely. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Oh, now I should actually start at the beginning of the soundtrack now that it turns out that's good. Music-wise, good. All right, here we go. All right, here is the section so far. The story so far. You are Lone Wolf, last of the Kai Lords. You have defeated the Dark Lords and saved your land from their devastation. But Vonatar the traitor, Vonatar is the hunchback wizard, Vonatar the traitor has escaped to the frozen waste of Kalte and now rules over the ice barbarians. Your people demand that Vonatar be made to pay for his treachery. So great is the outcry that the king is obliged to promise that the evil traitor will be brought back to Holmgard. Give me just a second. And made to stand... Okay, good. I want to make sure that was working. And made to stand trial for his crimes. For you, Lone Wolf, the king's promise is the start of a quest that will pit you against a hated foe deep within the dangerous caverns of Kalte. Okay, and this is all stuff with Joe Deaver, which is nice, but... sadly passed away, Joe Deaver. Dedication for Caroline Sheldon. Oh no, and Lone Wolf has stopped working. That's unfortunate. Alright. Well, that's the stream, guys, and... No, I'm just kidding. Just give me a second. Wait a second. What just happened there? What? Oh, there we go. I was like, what happened to my program? Alright, give me just a second. Sorry about that. Okay, let's try to not have that happen again, please. Okay, here we go. Oh, god damn it. Okay, don't ever open up the acknowledgements. Let's be clear, don't open up the acknowledgements. It will break the book. Do not open the acknowledgements. There are no acknowledgements. No one has any acknowledgements ever. Everyone's clear, no acknowledgements ever. Alright, story so far. Here we go. In the northern land of Summerland, it had been the custom for many trending. It had been the custom for many centuries to send the children of the warrior lords to the monastery of Kai. Oh, it's right, Arendt. I forgot that you got this. I hope you're liking it, man. I really enjoy it. There they were taught the skills and disciplines of their noble fathers. You are Lone Wolf, and you are now the last of the warrior lords of Summerland. 1 year ago, the ancient enemy of your people, the Dark Lords of Helgadad, suddenly invaded Summerland and completely devastated the Kai monastery. All of the Kai warriors were in attendance for the Feast of Famar, and all except you were massacred. You fought your way to Homegard, the capital of your country, where the king sent you upon a desperate quest for help. Your mission was fraught with great danger, for Summerland had been betrayed by one of its own magicians, Vanatar the traitor. His agents sought to kill you at every opportunity. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm glad you like it. But your skill and strength defeated their evil aims. You returned to Homegard at the head of a great fleet, the allies of Durinor, and destroyed the Dark Lord army that besieged your capital. That was the end of Book 2, by the way, when we did that. Much of Summerland was ruined by the war. The rich farmlands were laid waste and many towns were razed to the ground. But the Somlanding are a tough people and were undaunted by the enormous task that lay ahead. They set about the rebuilding of war-torn Summerland with such determination that now, 1 year later, few of the scars of war remain visible. For the crucial part that you played in the victory, the king has bestowed upon you the rank and title of Friar-Earl of Summerland, a rare honor for one so young. The ruins of the Kai Monastery and much of the surrounding lands are now Freiland under your protection. Nice, so we own our own land, guys. We are moving up in the world. Work to rebuild the monastery was about to commence when disturbing news from the north prompted the king to summon you to the capital. Many merchants returning from the summer trading expeditions to Kalte told of the fall of the Brumelmark, the leader of the ice barbarians. The description of the hunchbacked magician who had succeeded the fierce Brumelmark fits only one man, Vanatar the traitor. After the defeat of the Dark Lords, Vanator escaped to the frozen wastes of Kalte. He made his way to the ice fortress of Akaya. Hey, what's up, Benidel? Where, through deception, he tricked a cruel Brumelmark into adopting him as his magician. It was a mistake that was to cost the barbarian leader his fortress and his life. The news that Vanatar still lives spreads like wildfire throughout Summerland. Thousands of Somlandings surround the capital and demand that Vanatar be made to pay for his treachery. So great is the outcry that the king is obliged to promise that the evil traitor will be brought back to Homegard and made to stand trial for his crimes. Everything's pretty good on my end, Annydale, actually. Pretty good. For you, Lone Wolf, the king's promise is the start of a quest that will pit you against a hated foe, deep within the hostile caverns of Kalte. You guys may remember that we should have had this bastard the first time. You got Lone Wolf for your Switch? There's a Lone Wolf for Switch? What? Is that true? There's a Lone Wolf for Switch? Okay, so we already have these numbers because we've already successfully completed these things over to Book 3. We carry over weapons and special items, and in fact, if you guys take a look quickly, you will see that we have a combat skill of 24, endurance points of 23. We have raised to the Kai rank of Guardian, which is pretty badass, by the way. And let's see right here. We don't have those awards yet. There we go. We are now Guardian. And the thing about being a Guardian is that that is our third level, as we'll see when we get there, of things. We have got a map of Summerland. We've got a Crystal Star Pendant that was given to us all the way back in Book 1. That's awesome, Annydale. I'm definitely looking forward to getting a Switch in the not-too-distant future. We got a Shield, which is +2 combat skill. We got a Ticket, which is a ticket for a ride to Port Bax. I don't know if we're still going to need that. We got a Red Pass, which was how we got into the Naval Quadrant of Port Bax. Most importantly, we got the Sommer Sword, which is a legendary Sword of the Sun, +8 combat skill against all, ×2 damage versus the undead. It's a freaking incredible thing. We have a meal of Larnerma fruit. We have two other meals, plus a potion of Lompspur. But we have the skill of healing, which is important because it means that we are less likely to have to worry about food. We have a fine broadsword, a Saul spear. We have a shield and the Sommer Sword that I already mentioned. And as far as disciplines are concerned, we have Sixth Sense, which has been really useful. We have Camouflage. We have Hunting, which is super useful. We have Healing, which gives us +1 EP per section with the combat. We have Animal Kinship. It still has the book structure and the skill system. Okay, so it's got some... That's really cool that they have that for Switch, though. That's awesome. And then we have Mind Blast. And you're the best around, and no one's ever gonna be a Kai Lord. Yep. And then you have Mind Blast. We have a bonus discipline because we got this at Book 2. We're going to get another bonus discipline a little bit later on. So Still limited to 2 weapons and 8 backpack items. You may choose 1 bonus Kai discipline to add to your action chart for every Lone Wolf adventure you've successfully completed. Then read the section on equipment for Book 3 carefully. So here are the disciplines. Now we have bonus disciplines. We already have camouflage. We already have hunting. We already have sixth sense. Here are the skills that we have which are options for us. Now we can pick up one of these skills, okay? First is tracking. The skill enables a Kai Lord to make the correct choice of a path in the wild, to discover the location of a person or object in town or city, or to read the secrets of footprints or tracks. So we could get tracking. We already have healing. As far as weapon skill is concerned, we don't have weapon skill on anything yet, and the reason is because it is randomly chosen, so you actually randomly pick the weapon that you have weapon skill in. Now, if we happen to get a sword, which would be 5 or 7, if we got a sword added to our Sommersword sword, that would be pretty badass. But, again, there's no guarantee that we're going to get that. So, we have Mind Shield, which will prevent us from losing endurance points when subjected to the form of attack of Mind Force. Because Vanatar and a lot of the creatures he has can use Mind Blast on us, but if we have Mind Shield, it won't affect us. So Mind Shield would be pretty good. We already have Mind Blast. We already have Animal Kinship. Mind over Matter allows us to move small objects with our powers of concentration, and that is Mind over Matter. So basically we have a choice of 4. We can choose Tracking, and I do remember there have been a couple times where we could have used Tracking, but we didn't have the skill. We could choose Weapon Skill, but again, we have to randomly determine what weapon we have the skill in. We have Mind Shield, and we have Mind over Matter. So those are the 4 choices that we've got. Oh, very cool. Oh, it's always my pleasure, Anidel. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. We try to do the entertainment thing around here. That's kind of our plan. So, what bonus skill should we choose? Is it going to be tracking, weapon skill, mind shield, or mind over matter? And there we go. So go ahead and get your vote in right now, guys. It's $vote, space, and then the number you want. Either 1 for tracking, 2 for weapon skill, 3 for mind shield, or 4 for mind over matter. I can see arguments for each one of these. I know that we ran into tracking a fair bit, but the mind shield thing, I feel like the mind blast worries me because of the whole thing with Vanatar. So I'm worried that that's going to be something where if we don't take that, it's going to burn us. We've gotten by without tracking. Weapon skill, we're already in pretty good shape there. Mind over matter, I don't know that we've used it that much. I don't actually remember seeing a mind over matter option, but I feel like the mind blast thing is scary. So yeah, that's really sweet, Anidel. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. So is it got visuals, Anidel? Like it's got video, I assume? I have to say that Joe Deaver and his people always tried to get as many like new ways to access markets as they always could when he was alive, and even after he passed away, his people have really tried to access that. So, all right, it got pictures and the fighting is real time. That's pretty sweet. Okay, let's last call this. Oops, not there. I do it in the actual program. All right, last call, last call. Last call to get in your vote for our shield, for what we want. Good to see you, Conrad. The Sommersword has an awesome animation. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really enjoying Lone Wolf. I have to say that there are 2 things that I'm trying desperately to resist because I do not have time to take on another tabletop game. But there's 2 games that I'm really trying hard to resist. One of them is a bunch of espionage role-playing stuff because I've been really watching a lot of Mission Impossible lately while I've been doing grading and stuff, and I've been really enjoying it. So I've been thinking a lot about doing some kind of an espionage game. But the other one that I've been trying to resist is Cubicle 7 has a Lone Wolf RPG. And I'm like, must resist Lone Wolf. Kurt, more games, don't have time. So, but it's hard. It's hard because, man, Lone Wolf is fun. What's up, Flat Hat? Alright, and... Mind Shield it is. Alright, yeah, I feel safer with Mind Shield somehow. Okay. Mind Shield has been chosen. Alright, on we go. And then the next book of the series is called The Chasm of Doom, by the way. That's assuming we get through this one. Okay, before leaving the northern post of Anskaven, you were escorted to the city hall and equipped with special winter boots. Let me... Where's my cover at? There we go. Special winter boots, a tunic, a fur-lined cloak, and mittens. Actually, I guess I don't need that because I've got the other one. You were given a map of Kalte. Ooh, we got a map. And a pouch of gold. Let's find out how much gold we've got in the pouch. Alright, here we go. Random number table. We got 10 gold. We start out with top number. Aw, yeah. Add 10 to the number. We have 20 gold crowns. If you have successfully completed previous Lone Wolf adventures, you may add the sum to the total of any crowns you already possess. So we are at... Where are we at? Before you set sail, you're given the choice of the following items, in addition to those you already possess, but remember you may also already carry 2 weapons. You may take any 2 of the following. You can take a sword or a short sword. That doesn't make any sense because we already have those weapons. We could take a padded leather waistcoat. That strikes me as a good idea because it would add endurance points. We could take a spear, mace, warhammer, or axe. But again, we already have weapons. We have the summer sword, so whatever. We could take special rations, broadsword, potion of Lomspur. So basically, we could take a second potion. I'm not going to give us a choice on this because the weapons don't make any sense. We already have weapons. We don't need meals because of hunting. So really, we just have the padded leather waistcoat would really help us for the 2 endurance points, and another potion of Lomspur. So we have 2 of those. 2 healing potions. Oh, yeah? Okay. So we carried all of our equipment. We've already got the stuff listed here. This is all telling us about weapons and backpack items. Okay. Now we have an ice sledge. We have enough food to complete our mission. As Kalte is an icy desert, you will be unable to use the Kai discipline of hunting to obtain a meal. Oh, so we are going to need meals. Okay, but it still doesn't make sense, though, to not get a potion because we get plus 5 EP for that anyway. Man, that's lame. Can't use the Kai discipline of hunting to obtain a meal. Could hunt polar bears. Or freaking penguins or something. Alright, we already know about endurance and stuff like that. Yeah, we have 3 meals already. Okay, that's all combat. Now, this is the one I was talking about, the levels of Kai training. So we started at Initiate level. We started as Initiate, then we were an Aspirant. Now we're up to Guardian. Now, the next level, we become a Journeyman, then a Savant, and then a Master. So now we're all the way up to level of Guardian. So that's what I'm talking about. And of course, overall, we can become a Kai Grandmaster, which is just super epic. Okay. Your mission will be fraught with great danger, for Kalte is a bleak and hostile land, and your foe is a master of cunning. Use the map to help you plot your course to the ice fortress of Akaya. Make notes as you progress through the story. Yeah, exactly, Andy Dell. For they will be of great help in future adventures. Many things that you find will aid you during your adventure. Some special items will be of use in future Lone Wolf adventures, and others may be red herrings of no real use at all, so be selective in what you decide to keep. There are many routes to the ice fortress of Akaya, but only one will enable you to capture Vonatar and return to Sommerland with a minimum of danger. A wise choice of Kai disciplines and a great deal of courage should enable any player to complete the mission, no matter how weak his initial combat skill or endurance point score. Kalte is an icy desert, yes. Successful completion of previous Lone Wolf's adventure is not essential for the success of this quest, but it helps though. The betrayal of your country can be avenged by bringing the traitor to justice. Alright, let's take a look at our map here. Where's our special items at? There we go. Let's take a look at this map of Kalte. Okay. Well, that looks promising. So here's our map, guys. So we've got, it looks like we start, actually I have no idea where we start, but we're trying to get up here to Akaya, the ice fortress that's up here to the north near the mountains. You can see, I think, my mouse moving around there. And then we start, well, I assume we're coming from here, from Anskeven. Okay, so we're coming here. Oh, great, look at this, guys. So we're coming here. We got to sail this way. And then presumably we're going to go here, and then we've got to go get all the way up to Akaya, the ice fortress. So that's going to suck. Okay, see you again, Lee. We do have that super broken Kai sword. Yes, we do. What's up, Maze? All right, here we go. Begin. And actually, let's save the game since we just started. Good. Even before you accepted the task of bringing Vanatar to justice, preparations are being made for your voyage to Kalte. The captain of the Somlending warship Cardinal, having returned from a long Kalter Sea patrol, was ordered to await your arrival at Anskeven. During the night, food, ice equipment, and canoe dogs teams were taken on board. The mission was highly secret. Only senior members of the crew were told the true nature of the voyage that lay ahead. The plan is to set you ashore at Hawley Bluff, drop anchor, and await your return. An elite team of trusted guides will lead you from the bluff to Akaya. Once inside the ice fortress, you are to hunt down and capture Vanatar, and then return with your guides to the ship. Your mission must be accomplished within 30 days at most, for winter is closing in and no ship can withstand the grip of the Kalte pack ice. If you do not return in time, the captain will be forced to set sail without you. How much you guys want to bet that the minute we get to Hall Bluff, all of our guides will have been killed and we'll have to figure out our own way? How much money do you want to put on the idea that there's no way the guides are going to survive? They're like the Star Trek. Lone Wolf guides are like the Star Trek red shirts, okay? There's no chance. Winter is coming, exactly. Ninja trend name. For 6 days, the Cardinal sails across the stormy Kalter Sea without running into a storm, but every day the temperature steadily drops until a layer of ice covers the decks. On the morning of the 7th day, the snow-capped island of Tola is sighted on the horizon. All right, let's take a look at this snow-capped Tola. Tola's right there. Okay, so we're basically here, and this is right there. Oh, I see. This is where the ice actually goes to? Oh, man. We need some rapid global warming, like, right now, in this world. Okay. Soon after, a light wind rises from the west. At first, there appears to be little danger, but within half an hour, a furious blizzard is blowing, and all sight of land quickly vanishes in the scudding drift. All day, the furious gale rages. Tremendous winds slice the tops of the huge gray waves, and water crashes over the decks, masts, and rigging of the ship, freezing almost immediately into solid ice. The sides of the ship become several feet thick with seawater. It's not until the early evening that the weather clears, and although the wind still blows strongly, the force of the gale is spent. You are soon to discover that the gale has blown the ship nearly 30 miles off course. See? Called it. Across the lip of the Liok ice shelf. You know that to return to Hawley Bluff would waste a precious day, so you decide to land on the ice shelf and start your mission from there. As the last of the canoe dogs are carried ashore, your guides tell you of the two possible routes to Akaya from here. The first route involves a 130-mile trek to Cloudmaker Mountain. Okay, let's see, Cloudmaker Mountain. Then, following the difficult terrain of the Viad Glacier, a further 100 miles must be covered before you arrive at the ice fortress. Okay, so the first option is to go up to Cloudmaker Mountain, which is... the devil is Cloudmaker Mountain. Am I nuts? Where is it? This is, okay, so this is the, oh, this is the Liok Ice Shelf. Okay. So Cloudmaker Mountain, I guess, is here. So here and then up here. So we go this way. That's one option. Or the second option. Yeah, exactly. Great. The alternative route involves a longer journey of nearly 180 miles into the Harad Basin, followed by a trek of 100 miles through Storm Giant Pass to Akaya. Okay, so Harad Basin. Okay, so one option is to go basically this way, right? The other option is to go this way to avoid the mountains, and then this way. So we go west here, and then northeast through the Storm Giant Pass, where I have a feeling we will run into some giants. just guessing. Um, Cloudmaker Mountain is right here. I don't know what it's doing over there, but anyway, that's the size of it. Or we go to Cloudmaker Mountain, which looks like a badass mountain, but it's a lot shorter, though, as far as the route is concerned. Even if the weather and your luck hold good, either route will involve 10 days of hard trekking before you reach your goal. You should consult the map of Kalte before making your decision. Do you wish to attempt the shorter but more difficult Viad Glacier route, or the longer but easier Hrad Basin and Storm Giant Pass route? Alright, guys. So, what are we going to do? Do we go... Pretty much, VA. Looks like fun either way, right? So we either go shorter, but more difficult. Or longer, but easier. See, the problem I have with going that longer, I mean, the shorter route, we're going to have to worry about the dogs when we get up into the mountains, but the problem is, if we go the longer route, then we're going to lose time on the other end. Yeah, exactly, Flatout. I was thinking that too. But I don't know. So, he has a team of dogs. I feel like, I don't know which way to go on this, but I feel like the Viad Glacier one may be safe. Well, it's not that it's safer, but it's going to be safer on the other end. I feel like the Hrad Basin is going to be easier early, but harder late. And I would rather make it harder early when we have our sort of, you know, our strength together. You know what I mean? Like, we're already pretty rested and stuff, so we're in pretty good shape now. I'd rather not have to have a harder time after the fact. That's my thought process, but it doesn't obviously, it's totally up to you guys. I will do whichever. But I think the Viad Glacier route feels, I don't know. I could go either way. I mean, I feel like the Viad Glacier route feels like a more safe option later. And by the way, I barely remember this book, so I don't remember anything of what I did the first time. All right, we got 3 to 3. Shorter but more difficult with 3. Longer but easier has got 3. Right, that's true too, Anidel. I didn't think about that. The food is an issue. Because we don't have hunting, we also don't want to take too long. Because then we might have to eat one of the dogs, and I don't think Tren would have would be good with that. Your thoughts, Tren? What's up, IK? Eat the dog. Look, you got to take it up with Trendane. I mean, no, that's the thing. We don't have any guides. Remember, the guides are not there. It's just me and the dogs. I only have one thought. No. That's funny. Yes. I might have a problem with it also, insofar as I am also a dog lover, as you folks know. Big fan of dogs. Then you can eat a Sommersword. But 10, if you're worried about eating the dogs, then I don't know if you want the longer route, do you? If you take the longer route, it's more likely we'll run out of food, and then... But Chloe, it's the difference between good meat and bad meat. Know what I'm saying? The bot is lying. Yeah, that's true. Do that again, 10. Can you do that again? What's up, Echo? Do that change vote thing one more time. I don't know what happened there. Good to see you, Echo. What's going on, man? Yeah, change. Can do it. Can you just type it in one more time? 10. Try doing it one more time. Do $ change vote space 1 if you can for me. I don't know why it's doing that. That's weird. Anyway, I saw the. I'll have to double check on that. That's strange. That's really odd. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Well, anyway, I see the way you voted, and it went the way you were going to vote either way. So, sorry about that, 10. I don't know what happened. Hopefully, that won't be an issue in the future. Okay. Let's do it up. So we're going to do the shorter but more difficult Viad Glacier route. Here we go. Your transport to Akaya consists of 2 sledges, each drawn. And actually, let me just make sure that you guys can read that okay. Okay, good. Yes. I just want to make sure. 2 sledges, each drawn by a team of 6 canoe dogs. This sturdy breed is native to Kalte and make ideal sledge dogs. Their thick, tawny coats and powerful chests, as well as their vigor and enthusiasm even in the coldest climates, make them well suited to the work ahead. On board each sledge is enough food and equipment for the mission. Your 3 guides... Oh, we do have guides. Okay, I didn't know that we did. I thought we had other guides. Okay, that's crazy. Anyway, your 3 guides, Irian, Fëanor, and Dice, are all experienced trappers. Yes, I did get that, Echo. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to be running a little later coming into that, so as it is, I'm going to be a little cramped on the other side in terms of getting stuff ready, so I may not be able to talk more about it, but I saw it and I'll be able to read it, so thank you. Your 3 guards, Irian, Fëanor, and Dice, are all experienced trappers. They are skilled at survival in the icy desert and know of the many unseen dangers. Meet the guides. Once the dogs are harnessed, let's not go all Donner Pass unless we have to, okay, people? Once the dogs are harnessed, you and Dice climb aboard your sledge and signal to the others to lead the way. As you stare across the frozen expanse of the Leok Ice Shelf, you can see a white glare on the distant horizon. This is the Viad Glacier Wall, the point where the flow of ice meets the frozen sea. Through the crisp, clear air of Kalte, it looks no more than 6 miles away at most, but in reality it is nearer 60 miles away. You make good progress on the first day, and as darkness approaches, you decide to set up camp for the night. You halt inside a circle of ice pillars, as I realize that I should save. Inside a circle of ice pillars that have been forced upwards by the constantly moving ice shelf. The sledges are drawn together and the tent is erected beside them. Once the canvas is secured and the canoe dogs have been settled for the night, you begin to prepare your evening meal. Suddenly, a terrifying roar is heard outside the tent. Oh god. "By the gods!" cries Irian. "A Baknar!" Baknar are large carnivorous creatures that dwell near the Kalte coastline. Their usual prey are gallings or the smaller ostrils that live at the sea's edge. But this Baknar has been attracted by the scent of the dogs. It is about to attack and eat several of your sledge dog team. Let's see. Oh, we have a choice. We have Kai discipline of hunting, or we have the Kai discipline of animal kinship. Okay, so we've actually got a choice, guys. We have the discipline of hunting and animal kinship. We can choose either one. So, I will give you guys a choice. Okay, so hunting or kinship? I don't know. Hopefully they're edible. What are we talking about? Hunting or kinship? Animal kinship. I have no idea which way to go on this one at all. I will let chat lead me. I have no idea. Baktar burgers. We've got 3 meals, Tren. We can't hunt here, so we've got 3 meals. I thought about that, but I don't know what these do. I'm afraid that I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea which way to go on this. Yeah, I feel like I don't have enough information to make a decision, like, to really know. It's a tough call. Because hunting, I can imagine being, like, trying to kill the Baktar, But kinship, I don't know what animal kinship would be. Like, work with the dogs? I don't have any idea. But, okay. Last call. Looks like the chat is in favor of animal kinship. In general, I would choose kinship above hunting also. What's up, Kilobyte? Hey, man. This amazing overlay, by the way, is brought to you by the incomparable Kilobyte, who is all about that awesomeness. Yes, you are responsible. Okay. Let's see. I just realized I have to put one note in. Hang on a second. Okay. Upload. Speculate. Files. Online. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. All right, animal kinship it is. Okay, let's see what happens. You can sense that the Baknar is desperate for food. Your Kai discipline will be useless, for you will not be able to order it away from the camp now that it has detected the Kanu dogs. However, you know that Baknar are fearless hunters, fearless except when it comes to one thing: fire. Grabbing a torch from a pile of equipment, you light it and race out of the tent. It is dark and snowing heavily, but a movement to your right betrays the Baknar as it lopes towards you. It is preparing to pounce when the sight of the guttering flames makes it shriek with terror. A second later, it has turned and disappeared into the night. The Kanu dogs are safe, but to make sure that the Baknar does not return, you agree to take it in turns to sit watch with a torch and a weapon. The following morning, you awake at dawn to the welcome sight of Feanor preparing a hot breakfast. We saved the dogs, guys. We saved the animals. He passes you a steaming bowl and you gratefully eat its contents. Then you begin loading the equipment onto the sledges for today's journey. It is a beautiful morning. The wind has dropped and the air is fresh and clear. The Kanu dogs are strong and eager to be off, and for most of the day the ice is smooth and the running easy. By nightfall you have reached Siam Island, a pinnacle of granite rising through the ice shelf to a height of 400 feet. Okay, so let's see where that is. Darn it, where's the... There we go. Steaming pile. Not quite. Okay, Siam Island. There we go. Siam Island is right here. So we got from here to here, so we're right there. We're getting there. And that's the glacier. So we're getting there. You make camp to the leeward side of the island in order to avoid the worst of the night winds. Pick a number from the random number table. Also, we should save here. Alright, let's pick a number. 3. If the number you've picked is 0 to 3, 57. Okay. The next day is bitterly cold. A fierce northerly wind blows relentlessly, beating your face and drying your lips until they crack and bleed. Your nose begins to run, but the mucus instantly freezes on your lips. Ugh. The sun is obscured by a thick layer of falling snow that mutes the light. Snow mounds and small potholes in the ice become invisible, and the journey is often brought to a halt when a sledge overturns or jams. Great strain is put on your eyes by the constant glare as you search for the rough ice on the ground, which is so hazardous. By midday, your vision has become a blur. Do you have the Kai discipline of healing? We do! You recognize that you are suffering the first effects of snow blindness. Unless you act now, the more painful symptoms of this malady will soon appear. Do we wish to cover our eyes with a blindfold and keep them covered at least until we make camp later today? Or do we want to risk snow blindness? That sounds like pretty obvious. Cover Eyes with a Blindfold or risk the song by Styx, Snowblind? What? Snow blindness is pretty bad. Chloe, is this still making the assumption that covering the eyes with the blindfold is what a vegetarian would do? I just want to be, I mean, rather risking snow blindness is what a vegetarian would do. Is that what that is? I just want to be clear here. Plus, I mean, we're monks, right? Like, if we're a monk, you know, we're all about blind fighting. Yeah, but that's temporary as opposed to snow blindness, which is permanent. Or it could be permanent. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. That's not how we do it on Hoth. The dogs do. Yeah, if it said that the dogs need to have their eyes covered with blindfolds, then I'd be a little worried. Although, you know, they can smell, right? That's all a dog needs, to be able to smell. Thin piece of cloth, you can still see. So yeah, you know, it just needs to be muted. Actually, you'd think that he would have thought of this and would have worn like low, narrow goggles of some kind. Okay, cover eyes with a blindfold. As the light gradually fades, a blizzard blows across the open ice shelf and batters relentlessly against the tent. The flapping canvas and the pain in your fingers and toes are beginning to wear on your nerves. You wish you had never set foot in this icy hell. Then in the middle of the night, the wind... Wait a minute. Rips away the edge of the canvas in the full force of the gale. Exactly, I know, right, Anydel? Scatters your equipment and provisions. You're forced to spend the rest of the night on your elbows, clinging with frozen fingers to the edge of the tent. Your sleeping furs fill with a half-frozen slush, and by dawn your clothes are stiff with ice. You lose 3 endurance points. The air gradually drops, the air clears, and it seems a little odd. I don't really know what just happened there. I feel like we were doing... What's up, Nonstop? I feel like we were just walking along, and then I guess that was after we made camp, or whatever. I guess. What's up, Dragon Spear? And hey, Takanjia. I guess that's what we were doing, but it seemed a little odd. All of a sudden it seemed like we just jumped forward to that. Anyway, the gale gradually drops, the air clears, and the Vlad Glacier is revealed in all its splendor. The even surface of ice crystals look like a carpet of snow glittering with gems of every hue. Yellow, violet, blue, green, orange, and crimson. Yet the crystals are of such brilliance they would put any jewel in the shade. The ice wall rises over 800 feet, and for the main part it is a smooth but very steep climb. Although the weather is fine, it takes the best part of a day to climb the glacier's edge. All of the equipment has to be unloaded and taken to the top of the glacier where it is repacked onto the sledges. The canoe dogs do hardly anything but fight, and your food is so shaken up in the climb that a gruesome mush is all that remains of it. Oh, great. By the end, you are exhausted. With daylight fading fast, don't eat the yellow ones, ice crystals, yeah, exactly. You decide to pitch camp in the shelter of a natural ice bowl and settle down to a much-deserved night's rest. Okay, let's pick a number. 5. For 3 days and nights, you fight your way northwards across the tortuous glacier. Falls, bruises, cut shins, awkward crevices, razor-edged ice, and the constant bitter wind all conspire to sap your strength. However, you count yourself very lucky to have avoided a blizzard, and after a fatiguing trek, you eventually reach the shelter of Cloudmaker Mountain in time to set up camp there for the night. This huge mountain is over 13,000 feet high, damn, and shaped like a giant shark's fin. As the cold west winds blow around its peak, great plumes of cloud trail away across the Viad Glacier. It is a strange phenomenon which gives the mountain its apt name, You soon find an ideal campsite among the shattered fissures of the rock-strewn base. Quickly the tent is up and you are under canvas once again. You have left the tent to answer a call of nature. Hello? Welcome, nature. When you discover, purely by chance, the faint glow of torchlight from a small crack in the rocks above. If you have the Kai discipline of Sixth Sense, and we do, you sense the presence of someone or something lurking inside the fissure, although you cannot tell if their intentions are good or evil. Should we explore the fissure or not? Okay. Potential food. I'm glad that we ever focus on the right places. I can always rely on you guys to zoom right in on what matters. The most important thing here. Alright, it looks like Chad is pretty definitive on what they want to have happen here. Chad's pretty clear on what they want, I think. And by the way, guys, we have about another hour together as we play through Caverns of Kalte, and then I will be heading over, I'll be breaking at that point, and then a half hour after that, we will get started with, over at GOG, with Pen and Pixels, and my continuing playthrough of Divinity Original Sin 2. Okay, we're going to explore the fissure. All right, here we go. You have climbed 15 feet to a thin ice ledge. From here you have a clear view of the fissure. You think you have caught a glimpse of someone when suddenly the ice gives way beneath your feet. Oh, great. And you fall headlong in a tumble of granite and snow. You prepare yourself for the shock of impact, but you plunge straight into a crevice hidden beneath a layer of powdery snow. You finally come to rest in a deep drift some 200 feet below the surface. That's tremendous. Great start. Blinded, dazed, and half suffocated by snow, you begin to claw your way out of this icy grave. When you eventually free yourself, you are astounded by the sight that greets you. A vast corridor disappears into the distance as far as the eye can see. Huge stalactites of crystal hang from the icy ceiling, and the constant drip of melting snow fills the corridor with a strangely musical sound. You shout for help until your throat becomes dry and sore, but your guides do not hear you. You still have your weapons, gold crowns, and any special items, but you are without a backpack. Great, as it's still in your tent. Looking up, you see that the hole through which you have fallen is now just a tiny speck on the roof of the passage. You notice that the strange light of the ice corridor seems to come from large stone bowls hanging from the ceiling. These are Malari bowls, a source of eternal light discovered by the ancients many ages ago. You soon realize that your guides may never find out where you are, and quickly resolve to follow the passage in the hope of finding some other exit. After 2 hours of walking, you arrive at a junction where the passage splits in two. We do not have the Kai discipline of tracking, so we have a choice to make, left or right. Well, great. Whoops. Man. I know. Well, all the equipment's on the backpack. The main problem is that we lost all of our meals and our potions, our healing potions. So we have no meals and no healing potions. That's the big issue. Other than that, it doesn't really make a difference, but those not having meals and not having potions is going to be a problem. And it wouldn't matter about the meals even if we had hunting. But we don't have, rather if we have hunting, but if hunting mattered here, but it doesn't because of the ice. So, mistakes were made. Alright, we're going to last call this up. We got 4 votes for right, 2 votes for left. It better not be. It better not be. You will be. You will be. What did Trendane say up here? No lamenting, and now we can only move forward. Yep. That's it. That's all we can do. The gods did not plan by giving us the power to control the lone wolf. Have faith, have patience. Remember, we're a guardian, Anidel. We are a guardian. We're a lone wolf guardian. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so we're going right. Here we go. After nearly a mile, the ice-walled tunnel opens out into a beautiful grotto. Meltwater cascades over a large outcrop of silvery mineral, which casts a dazzling display of reflections. You can see there is a small cave beneath the waterfall which disappears into the silver rock. There appear to be no other exits from the grotto. Shall we enter the cave, or shall we return along the passage and take the other tunnel? So, enter cave. And take the other tunnel. What's it going to be? True that. What I'm hoping is that the cave is going to lead us to some long forgotten shield, like Lost to Civilizations. It's called like the Sommer Shield. That's like +6 and automatically stops the first 3 attacks in any combat, and also allows us to fly so that we can escape this place. That's true. It's true, Flat Hat. But the cave. Remember your failure at the cave. It seems too cool to avoid, you know. And you can eat it and it just respawns. Right. And it tastes like a delicious pancake. The shield tastes like a delicious pancake. Oh man, it's the somber pancake. Yeah, possible, Genli. Good to see everybody, by the way. If you folks are new to the stream, my name is Arvin Eleron. I am your host. I run this channel and tend to run a lot of games based on story and narrative in games. I do a lot of tabletop role-playing. I do a space game sponsored by the company called Esper Genesis. I do a standard D&D 5th edition, which is my flagship campaign, which is closing in on its end game. That is Dungeons & Dragons: The Rise of Tiamat. And I also run an Adventures in Middle-earth campaign, which is my Tolkien campaign, also officially sponsored by the company, that case Cubicle 7. And that is amazing too. And in addition to that, I do D&D with viewers. I do this. So we do a lot of role-playing on this channel, and we do some role-playing games as well, some video games. And I also do some creative writing streams. I do once a month, I do the Our Vocalist, which is a voice acting stream. So a lot of cool stuff that we do over here. We have a big charity convention coming up next month called ArvCon, where we'll have special events too. So if any of that sounds good to you, please make sure to follow the stream. Please make sure to check out the YouTube with !ArvTube, Discord with !ArvCord, the Twitter with !ArvTweets, and don't forget to, if you can, not only follow the channel, but support the channel by checking out the merchandise and !ArvShop, or you can get some cool stuff for yourself and the channel with the Patreon, !ArvTreon will get you over to that, and of course the sub button sitting right above that video window as well. Cool stuff all the way around. And thank you for being here. Alright, we're going to close this poll. Yeah, exactly. I bet there's a trap. Well, let's go anyway. Alright, here we go. The cave is cold and slopes very steeply away into the darkness. You have covered 60 yards before you notice a light in the distance. As you get nearer, you hear noises. Animal noises. Okay. We do have the Kai discipline of animal kinship. The noises that you hear are Kalkoth. There are 3 of these vicious creatures, inhabitants of the mountains of Kalte. They are predatory killers, and their favorite prey is Baknar. If you have not applied Baknar oil to your skin, we have not, thank God, you can avoid the Kalkoth by retracing your route back to the entrance of the other tunnel. Or we can attack the creatures. Now, there are 3 of these dudes, so I don't know, but we do have the Sommersword, which is pretty awesome. And maybe, I don't know if we can eat them, but maybe we can. So I could see this going either way. I'm glad that we have the choice one way or the other. So, avoid Koth or attack the Kalkoth. At least we'll be doing it on our terms. So should we avoid the Kalkoth or attack the Kalkoth? They could, although if we... But they won't be able to smell us, though, is the thing. So, this is a tough call. I don't know. I could see this going either way. Also, watch. We go and we kill them and it turns out they're made of stone or something and they're, like, completely not edible. No, listen, we need cautious people, too. We have a big tent philosophy here, Genli. We take people that are cautious and people that are not cautious. Trying to find my recliner thing. This thing does have the ability to recline, doesn't it? Yeah. You can eat rocks, you just shouldn't. Yeah, it's not a good idea. I'm getting old and therefore cautious. So your version of this game would be lone sheep, Genli? Lone lamb? Today on R's channel, you are lone cute dog. You are lone bunny. What's up, Chaotix? How you doing, man? Lone bunny. When your monastery is destroyed by an attack of the Dark Lords, you ran like hell and never looked back. In Book 2, you continue to run like hell and never look back. In Book 3... How you doing, Chaotix? Good to see you, man. Can you imagine the insurance on Lone Wolf? Anydel? Like, the insurance has got to be nuts. Like pre-existing condition. So they are trying to decide whether to avoid or attack this creature that's inside an ice cave, Chaotix. So in this book, you're going to find the hunchbacked wizard that you fought in the last book. He escaped, and now he's managed to go up here and take charge of these ice tribes, and your people basically demand that he be brought to justice. So you've been sent up there to do that. And when you get up there, of course, everything goes wrong, so you decided to take this longer route. You went up on this ice shelf, you plunged through the ice like 200 feet into the snow, and so now you managed to go down this tunnel, and you went through and you found this creature called a Kalkoth inside a cave. So you're trying to decide whether to attack it or just avoid it. And it looks like we're going to avoid it. Okay, so now we've turned and gone back. After a few hundred yards, you find yourself in a huge cavern that spreads out in all directions as far as the eye can see. You have entered the Caverns of Kalte, and are now looking at an uncharted world that few Somlending have ever seen. This massive underground labyrinth was constructed by the ancients many ages before the Somlending set foot in Magnamund. Its wide avenues, temples, and arenas once echoed to the sounds of a race of creatures for whom the ice was a natural home. Yeah, there's music. Oh, it just stopped. Sorry, it just stopped. Let me give you some music. Hold on. It just stopped. Let's do... What was the one I was thinking about? What was the one I was... Oh, I know. Which one? Hold on a second. This thing's being obnoxious. Okay. Here we go. Mlari bowls still hang from the ceiling, bathing the caverns in their eternal light. There we go. You trek steadily northwards for nearly 6 hours. Holy crap, is this place huge. Until you arrive at the bank of a fast-flowing meltwater river. On the opposite bank, you see a tunnel leading off into the distance. I probably should save it, by the way. It's been a while. You can find no apparent way of crossing the deep water except by using the ice floes bobbing up and down on the surface. By jumping from one floe to the next, you could get to the opposite bank, but it will not be easy. You will have to jump at least 3 of the icy slabs to reach the other side. So we pick a number from the random number table. If we have the Kai discipline of hunting, thank you, Chaotix, we do, so we may add 2 to the number you've picked. Alright, so we want 4 to 11. And our endurance is fine. Okay, so that's 6. Running for the tunnel entrance, you quickly leave the icy river far behind. You follow the tunnel for countless hours as it bends its way northwards. It becomes impossible to recall what hour of the day it is. The perpetual half-light of these caverns never changes. Through fissures in the wall of the tunnel, you catch glimpses of other chambers, and you marvel at the sheer scale of the labyrinth. You are nearly asleep on your feet when you suddenly detect the aroma of cooked meat. It is coming from a chamber just a few yards ahead to your right. You are very hungry and must soon eat a meal. Alright. Yes, I am in Seattle. I am until Saturday, Echo. So the question, guys, is are we going to investigate the chamber with the cooked meat? Or ignore it and continue? What's it going to be? Are we going to investigate the chamber with the cooked meat or ignore it and continue? The other problem is when we fell down here, Chaotix, we lost our entire backpacks full of stuff. So we lost all our potions, all our meals, and we can't use hunting here because it's an icy wasteland. So, great. So basically, mistakes were made. Join your fellow meat. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's completely fine. Right, it's going to hurt the person cooking. Maybe we'll meet some friendly guy whose name is Stanley, the cook. Alright. Gonna last call this. You know, maybe Stanley is, maybe Stanley kind of didn't get to the gym as much as he'd like, and maybe Stanley is, if he can't cook a good meal for us, maybe he could be a good meal for us. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Alright, we're going to close the poll. There we go. Investigate the chamber. You can see 2 men in ragged clothes huddled together beside a fire that seems to be burning inside a small metal bowl. I'm inside a small, rental office that I rented for the day, Echo, basically. It's where I did this last summer as well when I was out in Seattle. Huddled together beside a fire that seems to be burning inside a small metal bowl. Over the flames, the skinned carcass of a small animal is roasting on a spit. The men are old or toothless, and they have a strange glint of madness in their slanted eyes. Oh, these guys look totally normal. I'm sure this is fine. What could possibly go wrong? Do we wish to approach them and ask for some of their food? Oh my god. Or do we wish to attack them or ignore them? What's up, Shadowed? What's it going to be? Approach them and ask for food, attack them, or ignore them and continue. These guys seem totally trustworthy to me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Shadowed. I know you've been super busy as of late, man. That's cool. Hopefully we'll be able to get you back in for a longer session sometime soon. Yeah. They're like, we moved to the suburbs. We moved to the suburbs. That is troubling, but funny. If they get annoyed, we could still put them on a stick and roast them. Seems reasonable. I like that everyone has decided that we definitely want to do something with them. Like, either we approach them or attack them, but we sure as hell don't ignore them. Like, we definitely approach or attack. One or the other. It's good to see everyone, though. Have I mentioned how much I love the 7 Cents program? I really, really like the 7 Cents program. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, listen, it's definitely a thing. Ignore them and just, you just walk up and just pick up their food. Hey, what's up? Just start eating it. Oh my god. Okay. It only costs only 7 cents. There you go. Good call, Echo. Exactly the reason. Okay. So we're going to approach them and ask for food. On seeing you enter, the 2 old men jump to their feet and flee from the chamber along a smaller passageway. The screams of panic echo loudly throughout the caverns. Oh, great. So the good news is we get the food. The bad news is they've alerted everything within 300 miles that we're here. You are very hungry and quickly consume the cooked animal, pausing only to spit out the bones. You then notice that the fire is burning in a strange, half-spherical metal bowl. The other half of the sphere lies on the icy floor nearby, and you find that both halves fit together perfectly. When you open it, you discover the fire still burns inside. If you wish to keep this fire sphere, hell yes we do. Freaking, of course we want the freaking Kalte fire sphere. Look at this thing. Look at this. Look at badass. Place it inside your jacket and mark it on your action chart. Okay, return to the tunnel. Hell yes. Unless you have just eaten a meal. Well, we did. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Just save the game. Right. Fire sphere. And then when things get really rough, we can just throw it at someone and go, Hadouken! As long as it doesn't burn us. Well, no, it's, you know, it's got nice rubberized outside. Like, why would you not? I would like a fire sphere just in real life. Although I'd like the Sommer Squared more, but you continue along. Exactly, 10. Like, no kidding. Freaking got a meal, got a cells. It was good. You continue along the tunnel for over a mile, but you soon become tired and stop to sleep. You awake feeling refreshed, but have no idea just how long you have been sleeping. The light of these caverns never changes, be it day or night. You continue onwards, mile after mile, passing through a series of huge ice halls containing towering pillars of crystal. In one vast chamber, you are mesmerized by the beautiful sight of a shimmering crystal ceiling. But beyond this chamber lies an even greater spectacle. A narrow passage leads onto a ledge running around the brink of a huge chasm over half a mile wide. Yeah, I hope that the guides and the dogs are smart enough to meet us at the other side of the glacier. As you edge your way around this awesome void, you try not to look down into its wind-swept depths many miles below. This place is awesome. You've been on the ledge for only a few minutes when a noise behind you makes you glance back. To your horror, you see you are being followed by a monstrous two-headed serpent. Yeesh. If you have the Kai discipline of either tracking or animal kinship, we do. You recognize the serpent to be a Javik, a two-headed and deadly poisonous ice snake. As it slithers nearer, you can clearly see the open jaw of the second head and the yellow curved fangs dripping with venom. It moves very quickly, and you know that you will not be able to outrun it along this narrow ledge. If you possess a fire sphere, we do! Seriously? No kidding, Annydale, right? You remove the fire sphere from your jacket, quickly split open the two halves, and place them upon the narrow ledge behind. The Javik hisses loudly, both its heads weaving and darting at you in rage. It is desperate to attack, but it will not approach the fire sphere. Instead, it attempts to slither around the flames, but the ledge is very narrow, no more than a foot wide. It cannot pass without singeing itself. Eventually, angry but powerless, the strange reptile resigns itself to failure and disappears back along the ledge and into the passageway beyond. You can now retrieve your fire sphere and continue your exploration. Hell yes. Fire spear for the win. I already thought that thing was awesome. Yes, ARFCon 2018 is almost certainly going to be the last weekend in May, Echo. If all goes well, my hope is that all of my campaigns are going to have a session during that weekend. So AME, D&D with GOG, Esper Genesis, and of course Infinity Beyond. Infinity Beyond, actually, I hope, if all works out, will be the epic conclusion of that campaign with a marathon session on Sunday. And then I'm going to hopefully have my concert that I usually do with the musicians that we invite. A couple of groups come to do our concert Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon, I should say, and then we do a special role-playing event Saturday night, so with guests and stuff, so definitely, yeah. Method of love. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ten. There's not much I can do about it. It's just that Memorial Day weekend works really well because it's before I start getting busy with conferences. It's after my semester. It's during a holiday weekend when most people have the Monday off, so a lot of people will be able to be there for Sunday, so that's why Memorial Day weekend works. Hopefully you can look in on mobile or something, Ten. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You reach a tunnel on the far side of the chasm and follow it for many miles. You eventually arrive at an enormous chamber, the ceiling of which towers 500 feet above you. An icy wind blowing through the many fissures that crack the ceiling whips around the hall. Do you wish to search for a way of climbing up and out through the fissures, or press on and look for an exit on the far side of the hall? So, search for a way of climbing up and out. For exit on far side of hall. Not Gaul, hall. There we go. Search for a way of climbing up and out, or look for an exit on the far side of the hall. I'm actually glad that the dogs did not come down here with us because I don't think they would have survived. If they're up there, they're fine. This is a tough choice. I don't know which way I would go on this either. So far these decisions have all been tough choices, but you guys have been, knock on wood, doing well thus far. Yeah, this is actually the Jade Empire soundtrack. I can see why you would say Okami, but this is actually the Jade Empire soundtrack. A game which I never finished. I didn't love Jade Empire. I liked it. I streamed some of it actually. I played like 12 hours, maybe 15 hours, but it didn't grab me, and I really wanted to like it. I just didn't love it. I found it was repetitive, and I don't know. I feel like an updated version would be really cool for that. Also, I really want BioWare to do a espionage role-playing game. Never played Okami HD. I've never played it. I have heard many good things, but I have never played Okami, so I can't tell you. Alright, last call on this. If you want to get in on climbing up and out or looking for an exit on the far side of the hall. Oh, did Darksaber play it? Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. And close poll. Okay, so we're going to look for next on the far side of the hall. You discover a low passage that opens out into a cavern full of stalagmites. There are 2 exits in the opposite wall. Sorry, dragon. Nice try, though. The attempt to tie. There are 2 exits in the opposite ice wall. Both disappear into darkness. In the snow around the entrance of both tunnels are many strange tracks. Famous last words. I talked about how I didn't see that much with tracking last time, and we've had a bunch of tracking decisions already. We know what we want our next skill to be, probably, right? Okay. So the question is, do we wish to take the right or the left tunnel? Okay. Yeah, we don't have climbing gear, although I assume we would have had to just, like, use... I mean, maybe we could have found climbing gear down there. I like 114 better than 235. Maybe our fire sphere would have helped. And by the way, don't forget, folks, that when you make a vote, some of the veterans of this play that we do have been doing this already, but if you haven't already done so, remember that you can always let people know why you're voting a certain way, and if you want to change your vote, you can always do $change vote. That's all one word, space, and then the number you want to change your vote to if you want to change in one direction or the other. So I'm just letting you know. You do, however, have to have voted for one thing to begin with. What's up, TNS? Oh, why is it doing that? Change vote is for some reason change vote is not working. I don't know why. That is weird. I got your vote down there, Genly. I'm going to see what I can do about trying to fix that. So currently, Genly, it's currently it is 5-3. So 5-3. 5-4 now. So it's 5-4 in favor of right. So 6-4. Yeah, I gotta fix this. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so it's not left, it's right. We're gonna go right. I'm gonna restart ARVBot. I'm gonna restart ARVBot completely. But we're gonna be going right. So fear not, those of you who voted for that. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna restart it. It's the first time it's done this, so. And since I haven't seen Netawin for ages, I really hope that I actually have been a little concerned about him. I have not heard from him for a long time, so. Always sticking right, yeah. Okay, I'm going to put in quickly, guys. I'm going to quickly put in, I'm just doing a quick test vote. So, if you guys could do me a favor, vote for one thing. Can you do me a favor and just vote one way and then change your votes, please? So can you just vote one, like vote for one and then change it to 2, or vote for 2 and then change it to 1? Okay, it's working now. Echo Alpha just got, his vote just got changed properly. It's working. Cool. Okay. Good, good, good. Yay, it's working. Success. Thank you, guys. Cool. Awesome. Success. Thank you, guys. Alrighty. Cool, thanks. Alright, so I believe we said we were going to the right. Vote spam. Okay. You have covered less than 50 yards when you arrive at another cavern. Lying upon a raised dais of ice in the center of the frozen chamber is a Baknar, a fierce and carnivorous ice creature. It seems to be sound asleep, and the remains of an animal lie scattered around the slab. In the far wall of the chamber lies another tunnel. If you have the Kai discipline of hunting, and we do, Baknar are known to sleep for up to 3 days after a feast. By the number of freshly stripped bones littering this chamber, this Baknar is likely to be asleep for many hours. You slip past the snoring creature and leave the chamber. Yeah, walk this way. After a short walk, you arrive at a massive ice hall full of crystal stalagmites and stalactites. The floor is covered with animal tracks and bones, yet the vast hall seems empty and still. Let's save the game, by the way. You notice that the northern wall is a completely smooth surface of granite blocks stretching upwards to the icy ceiling over 100 feet above. You suddenly realize that you are staring at the foundation stones of Akaya. You have reached the ice fortress. Oh snap, we got to the ice fortress, guys. Holy cow, we went all that way underground. We basically gave everything a complete miss, and we just walked it. Wow, that is no joke. Holy crap. That's pretty cool. So wait, let me take a look at the map. So we fell down in the glacier somewhere here, and we made our way all the way underneath here until we got to this, into Akaya. Well, no, remember that? We weren't halfway. Remember Flat Hat? It was a secret passage like you said, 10. Yep. Yeah, it was. But no, remember Flat Hat? It said that we had no idea of knowing how many days passed because it always just looked the same, like, same light. It was always just, like, half lit. So we had no idea how many days passed while we were down there. So, I mean, that's cool. Okay. Partially obscured by a large mound of crystals, you can just make out a ramp leading up to a massive stone door in the fortress wall. Your discovery brings renewed hope. If you can gain entry to Akaya and quickly capture Vanatar, there is still time to reach your ship, the Cardinal, before the pack ice starts to freeze. Oh, by the way, Echo, Outstar made that, like, commented about that publicly, yes? In other words, I don't want to bring something up if it's not something that's for public consumption. She brought this up publicly, yes? So, do we wish to cross the icy hall and examine the stone door, or do we wish to stop and search the bone-littered floor? Yeah, we need a red ID card, exactly. Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, we did sleep once or twice, I think. But yeah. Okay. What's it going to be? Cross the icy hall and examine the stone door, or stop and search the bone-littered floor? No, not at all, Flat Hat. I mean, I know what you're saying. It does seem weird to me also. The only thing I would say, though, is that it's possible that the cavern is... Remember, they said it was 10 days travel up top because you're dealing with weather, because you're dealing with, like, you know, rough terrain. This is sort of like a direct, straight shot, and you're totally shielded from the weather. So maybe that's why, you know? I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to rationalize it because you may be right. Like, it does seem awfully convenient, but... We needed it, too, because we lost all our damn equipment. By mid-May. Certainly by mid-May I would, Genly, sure. The person, so I'm doing one for I believe it's a Shera. I'm doing a character background for. I'm probably going to be doing that sometime. It might not be. It might be next week. I'm not sure if it's going to be in the next couple of weeks or if it's going to be the week after I get back from Russ's wedding. But probably the one after I get back from Russ's wedding is when I would do that. And then I could probably do the character background for the Patreon. That yours would like anyone who supported now would probably get theirs in the first or second week of May. I can't promise it before the end of April, but by mid-May, then yeah. Totally agree, Flat Hat. Yeah. I think you and I are in agreement that it's weird, but I guess I'm saying that I could see how maybe, but like, you know. Yeah, thanks, Echo. I just want to make sure, because otherwise I would feel uncomfortable doing that. Thanks, Echo. I just want to make sure about that, you know, to be clear. But yeah, that would be cool, Genly. All right. Okay. We have last called it. All right, bone-littered floor. You discover that many of the bones scattered among the stalagmites are of human origin. Scattered, shattered skulls, skeletal hands, and rib cages lie half buried in the ice. You are about to abandon your search when a small box made of carved bone catches your eye. Do you wish to open the box or leave it and examine the fortress door? Wait a second, what does it give me as options? Okay, so are we going to open that box? Well, that was kind of what I was thinking, Flat Hat, or over them. You know, you know what this is, Flat Hat? This is basically Moria, right? This is when they decide instead of going over Karadros, the mountain, they go underground and they go under Moria. Now, of course, that doesn't necessarily work out so well for the Fellowship, but the point is, like, that's the theory, is that this is the only other way. They can't do it in Karadros because of weather situations. So... Yeah, we need more loot. I hope there is a totally not a Balrog. Yeah, and its name is a Gorlab. It's a Gorlab, and instead of using a whip, it uses like a flail. And then we can say something like, "You shall not posse." Alright, I think we got... Did I pull up the last call? I didn't. Let's last call it. Seems like chat is pretty clear about this. Got about another 15 minutes to go, by the way, guys, and then I'm going to sign off. I'm going to be over at the top of the hour at GOG. When I will be doing Pen and Pixels, and I'll be continuing with Divinity Original Sin 2. Again, as a reminder for people who showed up late, Friday is not 100% sure at this point because I don't know if I can get the space that I'm in right now for long enough. I might be able to, but I can't promise it. If I can, then we will be playing either one of three things. We'll either be playing D&D with viewers, which will be a special surprise for you guys. That's one option. Second option is we'll be playing more of this, more Lone Wolf. Or the third option is that we'll be playing Toonstruck, which I brought with me, to continue with that. So it'll be one of those three things. It is also possible, though, that I won't be able to stream at all on Friday, because if I can't get this space and I can't find an alternative, then I'm kind of stuck, because my father-in-law's place is completely not functional for streaming. His internet is garbage. So I have to hope that I can find a place that's reasonable to do this. This place is reasonable. Last summer I was able to be here after hours, but I kind of worked out an exception with the person, and this time I brought it up and the person was like, so I don't know. You know, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, Echo. I just have to, it depends on how things go. Oh, you mean Divinity? Yeah, I will say this, Genly. Divinity Original Sin 2 is so big that it's quite possible you'll there'll be lots of pots of the adventure that you'll never see that I will do, or vice versa. So, okay. All right, open the box. Here we go. The bone box contains a beautiful diamond. Its many facets gleam and sparkle even in the dim half-light of the ice hall. In Sommerlund, a jewel of this size and quality be worth thousands of crowns. Alright, we'll keep that diamond. Alright. You can now examine the fortress door. As you climb the slippery stone ramp, the sound of cracking ice makes you spin round. The large mound of crystals at the base of the ramp is beginning to move. The crystals are alive. You stare in disbelief as the mound is transformed into a writhing mass of crystal coils. The coils unwind and the ice creature slithers towards you. Do you wish to evade this creature and run towards the stone door, or do you wish to fight it? Damn. It's an ice coil beast. Oh, there we go. Witcher 3 before Divinity. Well, no, Divinity Original Sin 2 is on GOG, so Witcher 3 will be back. This is tough. See, I don't know, like, I'm like, on the one hand, I'm like, look, we're badass, we have the Summer Sword. The other hand, I'm like, Jesus, it's Crystal. Like, what are we gonna do against Crystal? Maybe our Fire Sphere will work. We just constantly bring up Fire Sphere all the time. Like, anytime we have a problem, we're just like, Fire Sphere. It's like a coil thing. I don't know that it's actually a snake. It's like a weird coil thing. Sing really loud. Smash. Yeah, there's no Lara Ledge this time. That's true. That's true. You make a good point. Shatter the crystalline entity. Alright, last call. This is a tough call. We got Diamond cuts Crystal. I was wondering about that. I mean, I don't know whether this big gem would actually do anything. You feel like it's going to be usable for something. Whenever it says, like, it's worth a lot of money, you're like, well, when are you going to use money? Summer Sword cuts Crystal. I mean, I'd like to think Summer Sword does everything, but I'm also worried it's going to be one of those deals where you run into it and it's like, if you don't have a mace, you cannot defeat it or something, you know? Alright, and it's probably its egg. Let's evade it. As you reach the massive door, you desperately cast your eyes over it in the hope of discovering a way to make it open. The door is completely smooth. It has no handle, lock, or keyhole. The creature will soon reach the top of the ramp, and you are about to cry out in desperation when you notice a block of granite set into the nearby wall. It has a small triangle cut into its surface. If you possess a blue stone triangle, you'll possess one of those. This strange creature is a crystal frost worm, a scavenging beast now living on the remains of the unfortunate creatures who have entered the cavern. Its hard skin is almost transparent, and its eternal organs can be seen pulsating inside. A large mouth opens in the crystalline head to reveal row upon row of jagged crystal teeth. Your back is pressed to the stone door, and there is no way to evade the monster. You must fight the creature to the death. It is immune to Mind Blast. Welp. I guess we're fighting it then. Combat skill 15, endurance 30. Yeah, exactly. I bet it did. Well, let's hope that we can defeat this thing. Now, the good news about this, guys, is that we actually are in better shape because of our abilities that we have right now. Because we have 24 combat skill and 25 endurance points. So that is one thing. Here we go. 12 plus 2 for the shield, 14 plus 8 for the Somber Sword, 22. Oh, we don't have Mind Blast, so we can't use that, but it's still a bonus of 7. All right, here we go, Big number, big number, big number. 4 is not a big number. I don't like that number. However, with a 7 bonus, we still should do okay there. -10 to the Crystal Frostworm, 2 to us. Okay. 22 to 15. 7. Okay, big number, big number, big number, big number. 8. 8. Not a 2. 2 is a lousy number. We really, really do not want these low numbers. This is not what I like to see at all. Still, we did 8 damage to it and only 3 damage to us. Let's go Crystal Frostworm. I'd feel better about this if we had a healing potion, but we don't. Alright, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 7, okay. I'll take that. 7 is a good number. 7's quality. I will take that. 7. -14 to the creature. Nice. Down it goes. You watch with a mixture of fascination and revulsion as each segment of the creature shatters and then slowly dissolves into the ice. Soon, all that remains of the Crystal Frostworm are the undigested contents of its stomach. To your surprise, in the center of this mess of fetid flesh and bone, you can see the shank of a silver key. Why is this even a choice? Okay, do we take the key or ignore it and look for a way to open the door? Alright, nice. If we didn't have the Sommerswear, that would have been rough. This was the early version of pay to win, guys. They wanted you to get all the previous books. You know what I mean? So you could actually do that. Alright. The key is probably its trending. Oh my god. Like, yeah, seriously, like, we just defeated a Frostworm. Why would we not take this? Hello? Like... Oh, man. Yeah, I think this is pretty definitive. Last call, I think it's pretty definitive that people want to take the key. We just defeated the freaking Ice Worm. Why wouldn't we take the key? We actually had a couple of not great rolls in that fight, and we still did pretty damn well. Because the freaking Sommerswear. But yeah, like, I don't think you would get the Sommerswear if you hadn't played Book 2. So pretty much, you know, playing Book 2 gives you a huge leg up. So, the key is cursed. Well, could be. That's a possibility. But I mean, what's going to happen? We'll be cursed by having to fight another worm? The key is coated with a corrosive digestive acid that burns through your mittens and attacks your fingers. Ow. You drop the key and plunge your hand into the snow to ease the pain. If you still wish to keep the key, you can wipe it in the snow before placing it in your pocket. I like the fact that it says, now you wouldn't take it. Like, why would you not take it now? Silver key. Alright, you must now search for a way of opening the fortress door. Sure, that's fine. That's fine, Echo, yeah. Oh, really, Lendris? The fortress door is completely smooth. It has no visible lock, hinge, or keyhole. Yeah, we know about this. We don't have this triangle. You search every square inch of the door and surrounding wall, but there appear to be no unusual features. You are examining the stone ramp when a loud roar freezes your blood. A Calkoth. That's a Calkoth? It's adorable. It looks like a lion. It's a cute little lion. Its jaws are wide open, revealing its barbed tongue. You cannot evade the Calkoth, and you must fight it to the death. Okay. 14, 16, 24. We have a 14-point boost over the Calkoth. I know, exactly, right? Okay, come on. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 9. I'll take 9. Please tell me that's an instant kill. With that combat bonus, that should be an instant kill. Tell me that's an instant kill. Instant kill. So the creature just came in. We're like, Sommerswear. Death. We lost no endurance points. You notice that the Calkoth has a blue triangle of stone. The Sommerswear is the best. Yes, and I bet if we lost any damage, we would have been really badly hurt. It had a blue triangle of stone on a chain around its neck. Suddenly you realize the significance of this strange amulet. Grabbing the blue stone, you race back to the fortress door and press it into the wall recess. It is a perfect fit. You may record this special item as a blue stone triangle which you wear around your neck. Hell yeah. Now cook the Calkoth. Guys, okay, wait. We just got a nacho chip. We one-shot the Calkoth and we got a nacho chip. I was thinking that too, Real. I was thinking that too, Flat Hat. You become aware of, if this was Ian Livingstone, we would just have lost already. You become aware of a faint tremor running through the ledge on which you are standing, followed by the grinding noise of stone upon stone. The door opens, but it is only open 3 feet when there is a loud crack and it starts to close. Without a second's hesitation, you dive into the fortress and hear the massive door crash shut behind you. This is the dramatic "we entered the fortress" music. Yeah, save. We're saved. That's what I'm talking about. Blue corn nacho. Oh yeah, okay. Lovely. Alright guys, we made it into the fortress. I'm not sure if we were supposed to go this way, but we definitely found it. It was funny that it was like, this creature just comes running in and happens to have the thing you need, like, literally just one shot at it. Like, just literally we're just like, we don't have time for this shit. Oh man, that was the best. Okay. Well, guys, that is, I think, a perfect spot, actually, to stop for the day. We are in the middle now, at least in the middle, I would say over halfway, now that we've gotten into the fortress. We still have to find Volatar and do all that business, but I think we did what we needed to do here, which was important. So that was a lot of fun, and the reason I have to close up shop is because we got the Sacred Blue Nacho. Exactly! Got the Sacred Blue Nacho. It's good stuff. So we need to, but I need to wrap up because I need to get ready and be heading over for, wow, that is a very bright white wall. It feels like I'm coming to you from blank space. Anyway, but we need to get wrapped up here because I got to get ready for my stream at the top of the hour over at GOG. If you like what you saw and heard today, I hope you will consider following the channel, which is always appreciated. I hope you will consider supporting the channel by checking out the YouTube with !ArvTube, checking out my Discord with !ArvCord, of course my Twitter with !ArvTweets. Don't forget the ARV shop, !ArV shop. Don't forget the Patreon, !ArvTreon, which really helps the channel. That's the financial backbone of the channel and gets you cool stuff and the channel cool stuff. And of course the sub button, which is sitting right above that window there, I think, which will allow you to use that ARVD hype, get hyped everywhere, here, there, and everywhere across the power of Twitch. But this was a lot of fun. I'm going to see you guys in about a half hour over at GOG when I will continue Divinity Original Sin 2. Again, Friday is up in the air. If I stream, and I'm going to try to, I will be playing either this game, the second half of it, or I will be playing Toonstruck, or I will be playing D&D with viewers. One of the three. It depends on how things break down. If I can't find a place, then I won't be able to stream. I really don't want that to happen because I'm already missing 3 streams this month for various reasons, but it is what it is, and you know, I do the best I can. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was a wonderful stream. I actually had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys had fun as well. I want to thank my wonderful mods, Chaotix, Dragon Spear, 10 of Clubs, and Thorg. I want to thank my wonderful subs, Chaotix, Dragon Spear, Chloe Rose, Genly, Nonstop, and Uncle Elias. I want to thank all of my Patreon supporters as well, including 10 of Clubs, including Dragon Spear, including Chaotix, including IAK Enforcer, and just so many other people. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I got a new Patreon. Why did it not go off? Why is my Patreon alert thing not going off? You see, did it happen? It did happen. Thank you, Genly. Oh, thank you very much, Genly. I appreciate that. Thank you. Can we get some hypes in here? Thanks, Genly. I'm sorry that didn't go off. I didn't get my Patreon notification for some reason. I don't know why. Sorry, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, Genly. I appreciate it. Much love. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. She accepted? Okay, got it. Will do then. Thanks, Echo. I will read it then appropriately at the time. But yeah, thank you, Genly. Thank you so much for the being a Patreon. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. The closer we get to 500, the more we can do cool stuff for the channel. We do have to maintain it through the month. It has to be maintained through May 1st before we can do all the cool stuff that comes as a part of it. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Oh, well, thanks, Genly. I really do appreciate that. I know that most people who support because they want to support me, and they say that they want to be thankful because of the entertainment I provide or whatever. So I appreciate that, but nonetheless, I'm glad that hopefully some of the incentives are cool too as well. IK, always a pleasure, man. It's good to see everyone else. As I was saying, wonderful work from everybody today. Thank you to IK, who's a good dude, and you guys should be following. Awesome guy. Thank you so much to Dynasty. Thank you to Echo Alpha. Thank you to ECAG, Electrical Skateboard, Flat Hat, Jagtris, Maze. Thank you to Oeod. I hope you like what you saw and heard, Oeod, and will follow and support the channel in the various ways I described. Thank you to Poltergeist Zero. Thank you to Questionable Results. Thank you to Snake in Cars Shadow. That's an awesome one. Thank you, Snake. I hope you like what you saw and heard, and will follow and support if you can. Thank you to Synthetic Snake. Thank you to TNS Mephiston. Thank you to Trendane, voice actor extraordinaire, and multiple participant on this channel, including player of multiple campaigns. Thank you to, that was Trendane. Thank you to you, Christensen, and thank you to VA0 of 438. And again, VA, thank you so much for being here, and I'm glad that you got a chance to see this live. Thank you for supporting the YouTube as well. That's going to do it for me, guys. No raid today. I will see you guys in about a half hour over at GOG. But until then, thank you all. Much love. I hope you all had a good time today, and I will see you over at GOG in just a little while. Until then, thanks everyone. Everyone be good to each other, and I'll see you in a little bit. Bye for now.
Fresh and new, when it all seemed clear to you, when your aim was straight and true. Were your mind untroubled by the questions in the dark, content to play your part, open pathways to your heart? Were your life untainted by a host of broken dreams, when all your acts were queens, understood all that it means? Could you have understood the way your life was bound? Did you ever wonder how you got from there to now? Oh yes, you're gonna fly away from here, where the sky grows more clear, and your problems disappear, drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends, where the trouble never ends, and there's always just one more day left to go. Now through your pile of broken lies, and your set of fake goodbyes, another cynical disguise. When will they catch you? All those little things you said, will it turn around instead? Blame the voices in your head. With all your subtle language, try and turn your life around. If your center gets unwound, you do your best to slow things down. And if you feel things that you never felt,